Hello, Bootsy. Hello, Sherlock. Hello, Apple, looking longingly because there's no room for you on my lap. As I'm recording this, we're in the midst of the holiday season, and we always want our dogs to look nice, but especially, am I boring you already? You're a good girl. Put your head here. Good girl. Especially during the holidays, when we have visitors come to our home, we like to keep our dogs looking their best. And very interestingly, I got a question. Whoa, okay, Apple's here. I got a question from a Cavalier owner. They own a girl who has been spayed, and they wanted to know what to do about the moptop situation. The moptop, of course, being my term for the growth of excessive coat on the top of the head. And it can look not so nice. Here's a picture that that person sent to me of their Cavalier. Now you notice she's really a lovely Cavalier girl. Nice eyes, very attractive head, nice feminine look, but it kind of gets spoiled with all that growth up around the blaze and in between the ears. I know this problem myself quite well. We have a girl, lives at my daughter's house, named Lizzie. I'm sure you have, if you've been watching some of my videos, you know who Lizzie is. That's actually Bootsy's sister, and Lizzie is spayed, and she has the world's worst mop top that I've ever seen. If you were watching the video I did recently of Sherlock's first Thanksgiving, you might have caught a glimpse of Lizzie in the background. She was kind of a supporting character in that video. But I took one frame from the video and got a photo out of it. This is what Lizzie looked like on Thanksgiving Day. I think if it was 1964, she could be the fifth Beatle. It would be no problem whatsoever. Now, thankfully, there are some ways that we can control the mop top. And I'm going to give you a little demonstration. So I'll tell you what, we have some volunteers here. I'll meet you over at the grooming table, all right? Just follow me. And here we are at the grooming table. Oh, that was a long walk. Got to be 12 feet minimum. Anyway, let me show you some of the tools that can be used, but first I have to give you one very important caveat. Warning, whatever. Anyway, in the breed standard for Cavaliers, both in the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel Club USA and in the American Kennel Club, the breed standard states that no trimming of the dog is permitted. And actually, some of the tools that can be used to control the mop top on the dog can be considered trimming and are really not supposed to be used for show dogs. But you don't have a show dog. Well, maybe you do. But if you don't have a show dog, but you do have a dog whose hair has grown too long on top, there are a few things you can use. Let me show you the 4 tools and explain how each one is used. So, from left to right, this is a stripping stone. It's very coarse and hard feeling, but lightweight. This is called a Furminator. A similar tool, kind of a rake-like instrument, is the Mars Coat King. And the one that does the most severe trimming job is what's called a stripping knife. Pardon the playing between Apple and Sherlock in the background. They get along very well as mother and son. The stripping stone is actually a very mild version of any sort of stripping tool that you can use, and it does a very subtle job of smoothing. I wouldn't even consider this as trimming. It's just a matter of smoothing. I'm going to try Sherlock, but he's never had this done to him, so. Now, it may not look like it's doing very much, but it does give a nice finishing touch to a dog. And if you look closely, you can see that it did pick up some of his coat on there. So it does something. You want to eat that? Yes. I'll demonstrate the other tools on Bootsy because she's not a show dog, and I don't feel bad about using any sort of trimming on her if it's necessary. The Mars Coat King, it has this little rake-like thing, and there's these little pointy things that stick out, and that's the part that you use, and it's very simple. Just a matter of coming straight through in the areas that you want to trim down. It doesn't cut all the coat off, which if you do too much it's going to look terrible, but it does kind of remove the excess, especially the dead hair, which is what we want to do. And you see just that little bit of running that through her head. You get quite a bit of coat on the Coat King. Some people find the Furminator easier to use and a little bit more effective. It's got these little things that stick out, and we just run that the same way we do the Coat King. And again, you'll see that there's quite a bit of her coat on there. One of the nice things about the Furminator, it has a little eject button right on the back here where your thumb goes. You push the eject button, it ejects the hair, and you got a clean Coat King to continue working with. And as I mentioned, the stripping knife is the most severe, and I honestly do not recommend this for anyone who doesn't have a mentor who can show them exactly the right way to use it. But basically it's a matter of running this through the hair from the back and right there. Again, these tools are not supposed to be used on Cavaliers if they're being shown. However, if you go to a dog show and you go through the grooming area, I'll give you $5 if you can walk from one end of the grooming area to the other without seeing somebody using one of these on a breed that should not have them used. Thank you very much, Bootsy. Well, we appreciate everybody's help. I hope that is of some use to you. And most of all, we just want our dogs, who are so great in terms of being companions for us, to also look great. And Bootsy, you look great. Give me a high five. Good girl. Happy holidays, everybody.